Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm going to show a special craft that I'm really excited about. I am going to be making some wooden chocolate boxes inspired by the chocolate box from Matilda, but I'm going to make it designed towards more towards my sons. I'm making one for each son, so I'm making 3 of them. I thought it would just be something extra special. So I'm going to stain some boxes that I picked up from Hobby Lobby, and then I'm going to line them with a beautiful green satin and some gold trim on the inside, and then I'm going to place the chocolates inside. I think it'll be so cute. I think they'll really like it. So let's get right into it. First, I'm gonna make myself some coffee. I think I'm gonna do like a Valentine's inspired coffee. I love these chocolate protein shakes and I like adding them to coffee. And I just so happen to have a strawberries and cream flavored Nespresso. So I'm going to make like a chocolate covered strawberry type of coffee, and I'm gonna use my spring mug. I love this so much. Oh, that's so good. Okay, this is my little workstation. I got these from Hobby Lobby. They're in the unfinished section. I'm gonna be taking these labels off, but this is what it looks like. They didn't have 3 of these, they only had 2. So I got 2 of them, and then I got this little one that I'll probably give to my youngest. And I sanded down any rough spots, ran my finger through, made sure everything was nice and smooth, and then washed them off. I'm going to take the labels off, and then I'm going to stain them with this dark walnut stain. When that dries, I'm going to do the interior with this beautiful green satin on the inside, and I'm going to do this gold trim along the edges of the inside. I think I'm going to be using brushes for the stain on this. We'll see how it goes. I might switch off to a sponge. That might actually work better, but I thought a brush would be handy for doing, the detailing around here. We'll see how that goes. And then I have a whole little box of these little mini frames. I had bought these for Christmas because I was going to use them for ornaments, but when I got them, I realized they were way too small. So I asked each of my boys, I said, don't ask why, but what's your favorite animal for each one? And then I'm going to put this on the top. I'm going to print off a little picture in here just to put on the top of each one, and each one will know which box belongs to whom. And then on the inside, I don't know if I'm going to add another one or not to the top here. Maybe in the center with their initial or something like that. I don't know, we'll have to see. I might just line it and leave it as is. And I don't know yet. I think I am not going to line the top. I don't know. I might, and then I am definitely going to line the bottom. Maybe I'll just stain the whole thing. We'll see, because I do need to stain these edges anyway, so I might just stain everything, leave it stained up here, and have the lining down here. I think that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, I'm going to get these stained right now, so let's get started. just finished staining all three. I'm just going to let these dry, and then I'm going to do the insides. But while these are drying, I'm going to go ahead and get those little animal pictures printed out. Okay, I printed them off, and I hope that looks perfect actually. This one I think is too big. I need to make it smaller. Lining these boxes was much more difficult than I realized. I used this fabric glue, which worked excellent. It was a little bit messy, but I did love the billowy look that I achieved at the bottom. That's what I wanted it to look like. I didn't want it to be flush on the sides and bottoms. And then I just lined the top of the lid with the gold trim. I took those little printouts that I had and just Mod Podged them to the top of the box, and then I went over with another layer of Mod Podge just to give it that kind of little teeny tiny painting look, so it would have some texture when it dried. And I used some Titebond wood glue to glue the little frame to the box, and this worked really well. I think these boxes are so cute. I might make one for myself in the future. After the boxes dried and kind of aired out, I brought them in just to do like a little trial run of what the chocolates would look like, how many would fit into each box. I am going to go back and I bought some colorful foil that I'm going to wrap around the truffles just so that it's nice and colorful when they open it. I'm using these Russell Stover Pot of Gold. They're just basically just dark truffles, milk chocolate truffles, and then I got another variety that is caramels. So I'm going to probably wrap them in foil, and I am not sure if I'm going to use the plastic inserts or not. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to set them in a colorful array inside of the boxes. The colored foil made all the difference. This looks like a magical box of goodness, and I cannot wait to give these out on Valentine's Day. In honor of my Valentine's Day theme, I thought I would make something spicy for dinner. I'm going to make some enchiladas with what I have in my pantry. I have hardly any vegetables out of onions, so I'm just going to make some simple ones. I'm going to ground some beef, add a little bit of minced garlic, some taco seasoning, and just let that brown in the pan. I'm melting 2 tablespoons of butter in a 400-degree oven. I'm adding some salsa verde into the meat mixture, and that's the filling ready to wrap. I grew up learning to always brown the tortillas straight on the burner. It gives the tortillas a really nice flavor. Now that the butter is nice and melted, I can add the enchiladas. I said these are going to be simple. I'm just going to fill each tortilla with some of the meat filling and then a sprinkle of cheddar cheese and then just a dash of hot sauce. You can use any kind that you want. I wanted these to be extra spicy, so I added a habanero hot sauce. I had enough filling to make 6 enchiladas. I'm topping this off with a creamy avocado sauce. And then I'm going to top off with some more cheese. I don't like to waste anything, so on the top goes the meat juices from the meat that I browned. And that went into the oven for 20 minutes and it came out so delicious. These were so good and so simple. You can top them off with some chopped onion, sour cream, cilantro, lime, anything you want. They're so good and so easy. You should give these a try. I am so impressed with how my chocolate botzas turned out. I hope my sons love them. I know that they will. Thank you so much for watching this video. It means so much to me, each and every one of you tuning in each week to my videos, leaving sweet comments. I just love you all so much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.